Hi guys, hello beautiful people. It's me again, Queen Mary, your worldwide. I'm back again like I never left. How you doing? How is everyone keeping? This is part 3 of our pandemic series, as I promised. I promise and I deliver. It's part 3. Yet again, I spoke to a number of people, family, friends of the house, and they shared their views on the lessons they've learned from COVID. So, guys, sit back again and watch and learn. The importance of learning from what other people have to say is that we don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's best to hear and stick together. This is the time for sticking together, guys. That's what the pandemic has taught me. That's my lessons learned from COVID. We're all a community. It's a global village. Let's all stick together, guys. So please sit back, enjoy, and don't forget to do the needful. All the good stuff of share, comment, like, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Love you guys. Stay safe, stay cool. God bless you. Bye-bye. Hi everybody, Happy New Year. My name is Carol Okeke from Ireland, Kinnegad. I'm just here to wish everybody a better year from what we had last year, and for us to stand as one to fight this virus, this enemy. It's been a difficult 2020 for everybody in whatever way you think about it, whether it's impacted on you in terms of somebody passing, or your inability to meet with loved ones, or even go to work. All we are asking everybody is to do their own bit. And that way, the work of the government will be a lot easier, and we can achieve our goal of being safe. The virus started as a joke. It looked like it wasn't real. And in some places, and for instance, my country, Nigeria, most people don't think it's real. They think it's malaria or an illness for the rich ones or for the ones that live outside Nigeria. But the fact is that it is real in whatever way you want to say it. It is real. And we beg everybody to please try and stay safe. Keep everyone safe. Because if you're safe, then the next person is safe. We have to try and comply with the regulations that have been laid down. We have to go out when it's necessary. We have to restrict our visiting to individual houses. We can call on people. We need to check on one another anyway. We need to know who is keeping well mentally and otherwise. And we need to realize that there are other illnesses in the world that we can't just forget them and expect them to go away. If you need to visit the hospital, do that in a safe way. Call and make sure you have an appointment. But don't forget other ailments that are there and might probably kill you faster than the virus. But for the virus, it is real. It is ravaging. It is destroying homes, lives, everything it touches, everything it comes in contact with. So I will appeal to everyone, including myself. Let us do our bit and leave the rest to God. For together we stand and we succeed. And with God behind us, we will surely overcome. So I will wish everybody a good new year, a better year than what we've seen. And we pray for those that have lost loved ones, friends, colleagues, for the good Lord to console them, to grant them the strength to carry on, because it's difficult. There are people that have lost everybody in their families. Father, Lord, please come to their aid. And for us as human beings, let us show one another love, understanding, peace,
And let us realize that people are suffering and we're handling it differently. Let us be more accommodating. It is difficult, but we can do it. Together we can. God bless and keep us safe and heal the world. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Hello everyone, this is Doreen Omaume here. I am Nigerian, but I live in London. Happy New Year, happy, healthier, a better 2021 to you all. And you know why I'm saying this? Because last year, 2020, let's not, totally disregard 2020, because we're still alive today and we thank God for that. 2020 antagonized the whole world. The world came to a standstill. People couldn't understand what was going on. People were in disarray. But we thank God today that we're alive to witness. And that has really taught us a lesson, which means to draw closer to God. It has taught us a lesson. Let's take that. Let us hold on to that. Let us make changes to our lives. Because last year took away our loved ones, most of our loved ones. May their souls continue to rest in peace. Businesses were up the wall. Shops were dry, shelves all empty. People panic buying. People were scared. There was discord. The whole place was disorganized. But we thank God today that we lived to witness what happened last year. So, no talk of COVID this year, by the special grace of God. COVID-19 and its sibling, the variant, all out of the window. None of that anymore. We're going to be living a healthier, a better, a progressive, and a successive 2021. All glory to God. Have a good year, everyone. Happy 2021.
Hello, my name is Liz Iwejino. I live in Hertfordshire in the United Kingdom. We're talking about regrets and lessons learned for 2020. For me, I'll say for 2020, I have no regrets. I tend to focus on positive things and not dwell in the past. I believe in not dwelling on situations whereby you have no control. And so therefore, for me, 2020 is in the past and it's dusted. Lessons learned. I think the saying, vanity upon vanity, all is vanity, means so much more to me for the year 2020 and demonstrate the life we have all led, being stuck in the house, unable to socialize with friends and family. All our designer outfits, designer bags and shoes, accumulating dust in the wardrobe. The other lessons learned is making plans, never to take it for granted. I have learned that God is our ultimate master planner, and whatever it is we're planning, it's only by His grace and by God's approval that these plans will become fruitful. So that's one thing I have learned in 2020. Also, do not take for granted one's life and one's health. It is so important. The saying again, here today, gone tomorrow, is another saying that reminds me of 2020. I have lost so many good close friends and family, whereby I have not been able to spend good quality time with them, and now they are no longer here, unfortunately. So moving forward, it's important to appreciate one's life and sharing the good times and the bad times with friends and family. Finally, I think 2020 was a very dull year. And for me, I have promised myself to be happy regardless of the situation. not to be sad or mixed or hang around with sad people and allow them to drag you down with their sadness, to be happy, be grateful to God for one's health, and pray that 2021 will be a much more better year with lots of hopes and joy for everyone. Thank you.
Hello, good evening. My name is Oluwasegun and I live in Essex, United Kingdom. What are the lessons that I can say I've learned through this COVID-19 period? Well, first and foremost is that nothing is guaranteed in life. One of the things we could see from this COVID is that a lot of people lost their job. A lot of people lost their source of income, which has made me to think that one needs to learn to heart outside the box so that you don't just have one source of income as a person. Another thing I've also learned is that family is very, very vital, because through the thick and the heat of the COVID outbreak, one of the things that keeps me going as a person was the bonding I had with my family. Even when we had to go for a walk at one point in time or the other, just for exercise and all that, that gave me a sort of comfort and assurance that there will always be light at the end of the tunnel. Another thing I've also learned through the outbreak of COVID-19 is that we must never take special memories that we have been opportune at one point in life. We must never take it for granted. The little things of life, the little time maybe we had before COVID with family members, friends, colleagues, and all that. Those were precious moments, which most of us were craving for, but because of what was restriction that was in place, we could not have that. So every moment of life is an opportunity that we must not take for granted. Thank you and have a wonderful time.
Hello everyone, my name is Violet Chibueze Ni Ije Enyi Okwote Keneze. Coronavirus has a very bad impact on every individual, including myself. I live in United Kingdom in London. I'm originally from Asaba, Delta State. While in London, there was a lockdown following this rapid death due to the coronavirus diseases. There's isolation. We are not allowed to go out. And there's the shops, there's long queue. You can't buy anything without not having a queue. And there's no social contact with your friends. Your family can come to visit you. It was a terrible thing. But we thank God we survived 2020. And we ushered in the new year, the 2021. And we thank God that by the grace of God, this coronavirus will not take any of us away. And another thing I will advise people to do, apart from the government guidelines, is to follow Christ. Be on your knees at all times and pray. I believe in power of prayer. Not only will it give you hope physically, but your mental state of mind will be at peace. And I pray to God that we will not see this kind of illness or diseases again in our life. àtún ní rírú ẹ̀ mọ́ o. Olúwa tóbi lọ́ba, ọba tá à ń pè tó ń jẹ́, ó tóbi lọ́ba, Chukwu Ebuke. Please take good care of yourselves and remain blessed. Thank you.
Hi, so my name is Georgina Omobai, and I have been asked by the fantabulous Queen Mary to speak on my the effects of COVID-19 on myself and my family in 2020, in the year 2020. So I have COVID-19, as we know, has affected people both positively and negatively. I will celebrate with you today the positive effects, and I'll also mention some of those negative effects. I don't think I've mentioned this, but I should mention I currently reside in the UK, and I reside in Leiden, which is in Essex, and I commute into work so I work in London. So one of the sort of at the onset of COVID-19, one of the instructions from work was that we work from home when the United Kingdom went into lockdown. I would normally work from home 2 days a week, but with COVID-19 that meant I was working 5 days a week from home. So with that brought changes. I have a relatively large family, so I have 3 children and a husband, and we all live in our UK houses. I'm not sure you are aware, but you might be aware, the UK houses are not the very biggest of houses, so it meant sharing that space with my family for longer. That brought about some good family bonding time, because it meant I am a working mum, so I would normally go out to work and come back late in the evenings and have spent some time with my children on a normal day. But that meant with COVID-19 it meant we had more family time, so we found ourselves doing different things, and it meant I was sort of embracing technology differently. So how I embraced technology differently was TikTok. So I don't know if there is TikTok, and I am somewhere there in TikTok, and there were lots of dances that we had to learn and lots of sort of things that we needed to do as a family that brought us closer to each other. At the onset as well of COVID-19, there was a lot of sort of like scaremongering. So one of the scaremongers was we were panic buying and panic shopping. Initially, I didn't partake with the panic buying, but as sort of COVID-19 sort of progressed, I had to partake with the panic buying. I'm not ashamed to say that, but I did, and that was for the betterment of myself and my family. We also, I also negatively, one of the negative effects was panic attacks. So I found myself glued more and more to the TV, and with the TV there was lots of doom. The news was, everything on the news was negative, and it sort of, the positive I took away from that was I knew I maybe should focus less on the news. So I took away the news from my phone. I took away sort of like the apps that I had for news, the notifications. I took that away from my phone, and I stopped watching the news, and it became a better place for me to be with COVID-19 in my family, with my family. We also, my children, I mentioned I had children, so my children also sort of like moved away from face-to-face learning, and we had more of remote learning. So I found myself as a teacher. I'm not the most patient of parents. I'm not the most patient of individuals, and not the most patient of parents. But I found myself sort of like embracing sort of like that teaching with my children, or my younger children. So I had to sort of teach those children with technology. So I've used the word technology quite a lot. So we have sort of embraced technology more. I also suffered, one of the negatives was we stopped going to church. I do like to dress up and go up to church on a Sunday, and that was taken away from us with COVID-19. So I found myself embracing technology again with online churches. So my church moved to online transactions, and that for me was a struggle, because it took away the glamorous me. So I found myself, how I embraced that, or how I dealt with that, was to dress myself up at home on a Sunday and attend mass from the comfort of my home, which was good, because I could still get dressed up and not have to go anywhere, and actually worship God. I also embraced, learnt new things. We learnt new hobbies. Myself, when I say we, I refer to myself and my children. We learnt new hobbies, new ways of doing things. So we learned how to ride a bike, new ways of going out. So I found myself, I would normally drive, but I found myself walking. And that became a lifestyle change for me. So I've taken that as a positive as well. So I also found that we had more time outside. We would spend more time in the garden. We would spend more time sort of cultivating my garden. I found myself sort of like picking up new habits, or new hobbies. So the new hobbies that I personally picked, I couldn't bake. So I found myself learning how to bake. There was lots of, again, technology, online baking courses and baking classes for me. And it also gave me sort of like more me time, because, as I mentioned, I work quite hard, so I am quite busy on a normal day-to-day, sort of like my normal day-to-day life is quite busy, but I found myself having that time to actually stop, start and pause, and that's something that we don't normally have or take. We are now in 2021. At the beginning of 2021, Essex moved into Tier 4, which meant that we were sort of under restrictions. But we've now, well, when I say now, yesterday, the whole of the United Kingdom has been locked down. That doesn't necessarily make a change or a difference for me, because I still am working from home. So I am still able to sort of like do my day-to-day job, my working job from home. But I think there is a strain on the economy, and the strain on the children as well. So my children did go back to school at the beginning of September, and they've enjoyed being at school, and that's been taken away from them now. So we've reverted back. Today was the first day of actual home and online schooling, which I don't know how long we will be in lockdown. It's quite sad that the COVID hasn't gone. It's quite sad that there are, sort of like, without judging anybody, there are people that do not believe in COVID. I wanted to use this medium to say COVID is real. It has unfortunately taken a lot of people, and we just need to be really, really careful in our day-to-day lives. We need to stop again and be thankful that we are where we are, and keep praying that we sort of progress further into the year, and progress not just this year, progress further into so many years ahead, and hope that COVID actually just packs its bag and go. So, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, my name is Georgina Mogbai, and I am in Essex. I hope I have made some sort of sense and said what's on my mind, but if not, I don't know what to say. Keep safe.